Yo, how you doing? How you been? What you been up to? It don't matter because you're here now. I mean, it do matter because you're here now. But never mind. You know, what's the word with y'all? It's the wise weirdo back at it once again with a March overall reading installation. We'll see how it goes for you, for your situations around you, your money making situations, your relation situations, your spiritual situations. It don't matter. But right now, we're consulting Lord Odin and asking what will the overall energy of this March month look like? And when I say that, overall energies, so like February just ended and it was really, really hot. Like airplanes crashing left and right and shit. And, oh, pardon me, my language. Um, stuff popping off, yeah? But this month is you're gonna see probably a lot of stuff pop off. And like people get away with shit. Sorry, language. Um, but 1 second. Yeah, I don't know these all off the top of my head either. So give me a second. Okay, the overall energies of the month is signals and reversed. Excuse me. What? It's gonna be a 3 month energy. So, and it's funny. Peep game. You may be concerned over what appears to be failed communication, lack of clarity or awareness either in your past history or in present situation. You may feel inhibited from accepting what is offered. A sense of futility, a waste of motion may overwhelm you. Remember, however, that what is happening is timely to your process. If the well is clogged, the moment is for clearing out the old. Reverse Annuus is saying, consider the use of adversity. So it may be a little turbulent this month. You know what I mean? It might be a little annoying and oversaturated. But we're gonna leave this out here so y'all are or remained aware of what kind of month this is. You know? Can I bring that in? Can I bring that in to camera more? Look, beautiful. Pile one. Oh, you can't see it because the light, but this. I guess it's supposed to look like that for now until I get a better camera and lighting. Pile one is this one that just looked like, oh, there. Okay, bam. You see that? It's a blue one. It's a blue one. That's pile one. Oh wait, fooey, patooey. Let me. Achoo! We're back. I had to get some symbols on here, some runes. Dang it, you can't see it. Yeah. Well, that defeats the purpose. My hand. Yeah. Uh-huh. But I could do that. You can see that. Look at that. I'm just gonna have to do better way. So, pile one. Can I just turn this off? Will you be able to see? Jesus! And God said, let there be light on the seventh day. I don't know if he said that or if she said that, but it doesn't matter. Pile one, pile two, and pile three. And these would be your oracles that you receive. There's no if, ands, or buts. You're just going to get them. Alrighty then. Pile one, pile two, and pile three. Alrighty then, pile two. Or one. I think, whoa. Son of a biscuit. That's not the goal. All right, I'm not worried about that. So initially, your first rune, or your overall rune, was joy, but it was in the reversed position. So let's get a dive into things, shall we? With joy in reversed, things are slow in coming to a fruition. The process of birth is long and arduous, and fear arises for the safety of the child and within. A crisis, a difficult passage, even in brief, is at hand. Consideration and deliberation are called for. Ask yourself whether you possess the virtues of seriousness, sincerity, and emptiness. To possess them is to have tranquility, which is the ground for patience, clarity, and perseverance. Seen in its true light, everything is a test, and so focused on in the present, sincere towards others, and trusting in yourself, know that you cannot fail. In times of crisis, Wuju reversed is a useful for meditation. And that's like right on cue. So you have the Hierophant as your first card, and as the Hierophant being your first card, it kind of shows that there's like wisdom. There's some kind of wisdom that is around you. Feels like there's something that will be blessed upon you. As you can see, there's something that might be blessed upon you or given to you. You know, the Hierophant is a card of patience as well. He is scholarly. To be a scholar, you have to sit and take a hot second. You know, back then, the ancient Kemetic priest had to spend years before they could become a professor. Not like the professor nowadays, you know. They would have to take some time, like damn near their whole life. It's like El Presidente, you know. You can't be a certain age because you need to acquire a certain wisdom or a bank account. Nah, here and right there. Let's see. What is the Hierophant? Give me more about the Hierophant. What is... Oh. Dang, Brodies. You are slowly and persistent, but you will be moving on. You'll have vigilance as you move on. When you move on through things, you are going to be moving with your head on a swivel and a very keen eye towards things. I think in an overall sense, you will be moving towards a place of fulfillment. You're because this is 5 and you skip 6. 6 is the lovers, and you go straight into 7, which is the vehicle of transportation going forward. And then also it's emotional because the 7th is the Chariot, and Chariot revert. It's the Cancer, and the Cancerians are Damun. You know. It may be movement around emotion. You may be finally being able to explore and express after being, you know, confined for so long. You know, yeah, I think it's due to the confinements that you had in your life that it was just a little bit of a struggle. It kept you from moving forward. But wait, let me see something. And I think it may also be an intuitive rib. But you'll be moving on, probably, and you'll have a lot more faith in how to move on. But it's all in all regards onto how you move. You know, some people move fast, some people move slow. But as long as you get the ball rolling, you know, that's all that matters. What about the Chariot? Huh? Well, it was like this. So. The King of Swords. Yeah, you'll be moving on. And you're doing it with precision. You're being able to move on with precision, and you're foresight on how you move forward is really how serious you are. It's not how serious you are. It's how direct, I should say. Your foresight will be very, very direct and perceiving and calling what is ahead per se. Give me more of this King of Knights looking at the chariots. King of Swords. Yeah. You'll be moving on past something. So you've gained this price. You've endured to move forward towards your happiness. Then now moving forward towards your happiness, there is nothing but it's your directness. You had the sword sheathed it. Now you're like, yeah. But you're not like going crazy. You're LOLs. That's you. That's you, brosif. You're picking up your sword in defense and being very, very direct with your sword, very direct with your intellect, direct with your speaking, and you're not taking any prisoners, none whatsoever. The Ace of Swords to start it, you feel me? You get the Ace of Swords, and you get the 5. You get these 2 people walking away in the distance. It's like coldness, something that is being cut out, you know. Let's see. What is else? What else? What else? Yeah, this month is going to be a mental strain and a mental anguish. Not necessarily. Oh, wow. That is crazy. Okay, so you will be turning your back on something, and it is going to cause mental anguish. And no matter how you look at it, what this king stands on, that's crazier. The king stands on business, and he cuts things off. And as he cuts things off, there's going to be a sadness that he's not looking forward to. And it either may be some kind of offer being presented, or that may be the person that you may be cutting off. May be very cut and cold off to the person that is maybe trying to give the heart. But it all comes with temperance. Now, with temperance, it's basically like, how do you put it? I mean, I should know this. Oh, Jesus. Get mad. Pause. Bro, what number is it? Art. Combination of forces, realizations, actions based on accurate calculation, economy, management, success after elaborate maneuver, escape. Well, yeah. No, that seems right. That right there seems right, because you will be moving away. You will be escaping. You will be leaving. You'll come to a realization. There's a lot of error. There's a lot of thinking. Now, you may be moving forward towards a land of fruitfulness after you pick up all of the swords. Who knows? Or after grieving, you may get into your bag, you know? Or looking forward after you're done grieving, and you're moving forward, it will allow you to be more accepting or giving or sharing, one of the two. Okay. Well, what will then what their march look like? What will their march look like? One card, please. Yeah. New opportunity. Things being put to rest. You not waking the devil. It's 9 and 10. Putting it to sleep. Putting it to sleep. Yeah. Moving forward. Gaining new inspiration, new wisdom, new thought, new opportunities. It's going to be a rough ride, but the ride is going to be riding. So get ready to rock and ride. We're going to hit you with the Isis. Power over 7 scorpions. You're being initiated into the magic of conjuring to have the power to affect lower vibration forces through your own will and spoken word. You are guided to use this powerful gift with compassion and discernment, with mercy and non-judgment. You can then manage any toxicity in your life swiftly and with great effect. This is about toxicity. Remove it. You've had the patience. Move forward. Deal with the anguish, but remove it. Add some space. Yeah? Notice the words you are reading right now. You can't read them, but I'm reading them for you. They are separated by spaces and easy to read. Prior to the 8th century AD, however, Latin was written in a run-on fashion. That's actually pretty cool. There's no spaces in the words. Here is an example. You can't read the example, and I'm not reading that for y'all. It's very, very compressed a little, but I can show y'all. Wham. Wait for it. You see it? Yeah, okay. This kind of writing has slowed down our reading. In ancient times, however, Latin text was almost read out loud, known as reading by ear. Ancient readers, sufficiently familiar with their own language, could easily identify words by sounds instead of sight, and had little difficulty. Such familiarity wasn't the case in the later times. 8th century AD, Catholic priests lived in the periphery of the former Roman Empire, had a much weaker grasp of Latin and couldn't always determine where one word ends and the next one begun. When reading Mass, the priests solved this problem by inserting spaces between the words in the sacred text to serve as a recognition aid. There you go, fucking with Jesus again. Stop. Over time, the addition of these spaces created an unexpected faster reading. That's because if you can see the beginning and the end of the word, you will recognize it more quickly. Moreover, the brain is sight words is much less likely or much less time to take to speak. By the 12th century, most of the literate words had adopted spaces and sight readings became widespread. Where can you add spaces in a current project, and how adding word nothing be beneficial? Add space, remove, move forward, take the knife, take it out. No, don't take it out, put it back in, because if you take it out, you might bleed more, depending on where the knife is. But if you can't, take it out. But if you took it out the first time and you stab yourself again, you're a dummy because now you probably made a deeper wound for listening to me. I can't give medical advice. Thank you. Well, that is a roller coaster ride number 1. If y'all would like more of in-depth readings, please don't be shy. Hit up the wise, hit up the weird. I'm here. Mondays through Thursdays sometimes. So, Jeff, you betcha. And I bet you that you're going to have an amazing glow up after you get over your humps. Your humpy humps. Holla at your boy. Peace. Pile 2. You get the 8 of Swords. And that's what the overall... you're stuck. You feel stuck. But the rune you pulled here is the self. The self. I don't know why I'm adding an accent to myself today, but it just feels right, you know? The starting point is the self. Its essence is the water. Only clarity, willingness to change is effective now. A correct relationship to yourself is primary. For form it flow. Wow, say that fast. For form it flow all possible right relationships with others and with the divine. Remain modest that the oracle's counsel, regardless of how great may be your merit, you be wielding. Jesus, I need to go back to school. Devoting and moderate, for then you have a true direction for your life. Be in the world, but not of it. And yet do not be closed, narrow, or judging. Rather, remain receptive, Jesus, to impulse flowing from the divine within and without. Strive to live the ordinary life in the non-ordinary way. Remember at all times what is coming to being and passing away, and focus on which side abides. Nothing less. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry, I got interrupted, and I'm just gonna cut that last excerpt. So, the self. The starting point is the self. Its essence is water. Only clarity, willingness to change is effective now. A correct relationship to yourself is primary. For form it flow all possible right relationships with others and with the divine. Remain modest, that is the oracle's counsel. Regardless of how great you may be your merit, be wielding, devoted, and moderate, for then you may find a true direction for your life. Be in the world, but not of it. And yet do not be closed, narrow, or judging. Rather, remain receptive to impulse flowing from the divine within and without. Strive to live the ordinary life in a non-ordinary way. Remember at all times what is coming and is passing away, and a focus on which abides. Nothing less is called from you now. This is the true time for major growth and rectification, and as a rule, rectification must come before progress. The field is tilted and the seeds are planted, and the garden is weeded before the flower blooms, and the self must know stillness before it can discover true song. Instead of seeking credit for accomplishments or focusing on results, be content to do a task for the task's sake. Herein lies the secret of experiencing a true presence. If you take care of the self and cut it down in the middle, you get the joy, or the rune of joy. The mirror image, there may be subtle caution against carelessness. The self is required to balance the self. Nothing is excessive was the part of the phrase written over the gateway. to Temple of Delphi. The first counsel was know thyself. And thyself is trapped right now. Predicament. Nah. We messed up. Let me not do that to y'all. I might traumatize you all. You cheering. The Eight of Swords is what we have here. We are basically screwed. I am not testing. You got me where? Bro, I'm blindfolded with water and mud, but there's swords around me. How did I get here, bro? How did I get here? You somehow managed to walk over there. And you put yourself in a position where you could get snatched like a goofy goober. In all honesty, in all reality, you are in a funny situation and you don't know how to move. Like, you're like, whoa. But there's so many ways to get around this situation. But I feel like we're just trying to stay unbothered as much as possible. But in all honesty, in all reality, we're trying. You want to get to a goal. You want to see your fruits, labor. You want to see them labor. But you yourself feels as if it's stuck. Now, because they aren't the same individual, they aren't the same lady, but they're in the same area-esque. Dry grounds, but dirt. You're in dirt. You're in dirt. She's in dirt. But moving forward past the dirt, she level up and get some boots and get unstuck. And instead of it being unfertile land and unsure, you know where you finna get your money, your funds, your cash, your cheddar. And there's opportunities being handed to you by the divine. By the divine, bro. Your opportunities are being offered to you by the divine. All you gotta do is just take that mug. You hear me? Because what does it say? For thyself, just let the impulses of the divine flow through you freely. And if you let it flow through you freely, you won't get stuck. You will be unfree. Look, and you got the raven and or the crow, but let's just say it's the raven. And if it is the raven, then that is a symbol of Odin, which is somebody of wisdom. Wisdom. And if he's got wisdom, then oh, let me get that back. And if he got wisdom, he can show you or tell you how to get out of that situation. What else does pile number? Well, get ready for war. No, I'm just kidding. So here's the funny thing. You get 2 8s and then you get 2 1s. You feel me? If you were into that, if you're in the numerology, if you're into that kind of thing, it's 8 1 1 8. Go ahead and give that a try. Look that one up. But that's if you're into those kind of things, Get ready for war. Get ready for war. The only reason why I say get ready for war is because there is a monsoon of refined energy that is headed your way that will help you escape said situation. But you have to use caution, because you may, instead of getting yourself out of a situation, or you may be putting something away. You may be putting something to rest, and you're getting the gusto to put it down to work on yourself or other projects. But initially, At the very beginning, it was about finances in the first place. So you're mentally stuck about your finances. And what you need is that mental gusto. And you need to put that motherfucker to rest. And you need to get to go work. And it's going to bruise and beater you and batter you up like no other. It's going to suck. But that's why the universe keeps giving you the second wind. You're going to have to fight. You're going to have to fight. You're going to have to put these things down. You have to put these things to rest. Mentally, you have to kill them. Oh, I wasn't supposed to use that. That's a YouTube thinger. You can't use on YouTube. You have to put things to rest. This is about self-determination now. This is about you grabbing a knife by the corners and you're squeezing them. You grab it and pull it or twist it. Something like that, you know. Yeah. If you know, you know. If you're into that kind of thing, you know. Let's see. What will we have to put to? Oh, me gosh. Ah. I'm really animated for y'all right now. I don't know why. It's more hearts. It's more heads. It's more swords. It's more thought. You have to put something to rest, and you have to put it to rest for good and separate it. You have to separate yourself, and you have to go through some kind of mental heartbreak and overexertion and anguish. For you to be able to move on. For you to create successfully. For you to be able to not stab your heart, but place it right next to you properly. You know? But you have to stand your ground. You have to be on your ship there, matey. That emperor thing, boy. You gotta be on it. Gotta be about thyself. You know what I mean? Alright, whatever, bro. Get over yourself. Yeah, you're gonna have to, you know, fight and push. Get off your back! Well, what's the end of March looking like for y'all? Wow, that's very nice. The end of March is looking very prestigious for you because you're moving forward and you're not trotting along. You're really like galloping. You feel me? And you're going towards your real happiness. You know, you're working towards your happiness. You're working towards not being so stuck and so evil, or not evil, but like, you know, Smeagol-esque, like ask niggas. Ooh, that was not supposed to be used. You see how he like holding on to that? He looked like Smeagol, but it was in the reverse. So it's like not so much Smeagol. It's like Frodo before he got the ring. If you get that kind of reference, if you're into that kind of thing, you feel me? Yeah, you are moving forward, and it takes time to get rid of things that don't serve you mentally, and it gives. And guess what? I'm gonna hit you with that. Even after Smeagol, the universe also opens the door for you again. After you're done, stop being so Smeagol-esque, so like caught up in ishk. You know, you'll be moving forward with a very, very clear vision, and you stacking your bread. You printing the money out here. You the feds. I don't know if the feds print money, but you get what I'm saying. I hope you get what I'm saying. I mean, if you don't, I'm still your favorite tarot reader. Simple to the point, straight to it. Yeah, pile 2. You got some trials and tribulations ahead of you, as in getting out of your stuckness and putting to rest what don't ever serve you no more. And once you do that, your creativity and your moving forward and your happiness will be based only by you, because you are the product. You're the product. You. Do this backwards this time. Admire and let you. Several times in my life, I have had the privilege of watching Tibetan Buddhist monks create colored sand mandalas. These paintings are created by carefully placing grains of colored sand and to formulate geometrical patterns on the area and the size of a table card or card table. The mandalas typically take several days to complete. When the monks are finished, they admire the beauty of it for a few minutes, say a few prayers over it, and the head monk scrapes the colored sand into a pile and transfers it into a silk bag. The bag is then emptied into a nearby stream in a local water supply. This symbolizes the ephemeral nature of creation. The wise fool encourages us to immerse ourselves in the creative process and then have the discipline to detach ourselves from what we've created. Do you see what I'm talking about? You got to stop, get the gusto, cut it off, and then get the discipline and get to work. Yeah. What creation can you move on from? Everything is created in multiple forms and facets, but everything has to be destroyed every once in a while. Except for energy. I don't know how that goes. Oh, we'll figure it out. Temple of Carnelian. 179. There we go. Entering the fierce belly of Sekhmet. You have such strength within you. It is time to trust your own boldness and courage. Take risks that feel to your true heart, that feel true to your heart, and it engages in practices that make you feel truly and genuinely alive, embodying and more of yourself, even if it's not always comfortable, are going to help you live the life that you were born to live. It is thyself, Negro. No, well, I mean, if you're not black, Negro. I'm just kidding, but you get it. It's thyself. Just gotta get to it. Thank you. From the wise to weird. We out. Shoo-blue. Separation. Back up. 3 foot. 3-pointer. Jab step. Okay, let me stop. Separation is the rune that you have today. Separation, retreat, inheritance. This is a time of separating paths. Old skins must be shed. Outmoded relationships discarded. When you receive this rune, a peeling away is called for. Part of the cycle of initiation, Ophelia is a rune of radical severance. The appropriate action here is submission and quite possibly retreat, knowing how and when to retreat and possession the firmness of will to carry it out. Real property is associated with Ophelia, for it is the rune of acquisition and benefits. However, the benefit you receive, the inheritance, may be derived from something that you must give up. This can be particularly demanding when you are called upon to abandon in some aspect your behavior, a part of your cultural inheritance, for then you must look closely at what until now you have proudly claimed as your birthright. Whether it is your attachment to your position in society, to work you do, or even to the beliefs about your own nature, the separation for you, or separation called for will free you to become more truly who you are. Truly to be who you are, to be really you. Can be you. I'm saying that to say that because this motherfucker is about confidence. And you may have to separate from something very confidently. Or you just have to be cunning. This is Niccolo Machiavellian. Yeah, you like how I did that, right? No? Alright, I don't care anyway. Machiavellian was a diplomat, military, political strategist, and a writer. Alright? But he, right now, is giving the guy. He's the guy for the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is somebody who's swift. Somebody who is very, very intellectually keen on things. This man right here, Niccolo Machiavellian, he's got a righteous little angel on his side. And it's about righteousness. Knowledge is the Bible, the Word of God. And then you get the sword, which is the knowledge, thought. And then you add that together, you get righteousness. How righteous, how confident, how proper, how much of you do you got to be you for you to feel exploring? And the thing is, you just like, on the top of the back of the deck, you get the Page of Swords. So, being a little bit more fluid and loose with your confidence instead of so strict and cut and contrite, You may have to separate from the strictness. You may have to hold back. Yeah. I guess. Alright, well, that got moved out of place. What of the month of March do we got over here for my Machiavellian? Yeah, what y'all got for the Knight of Wands in reverse, and the Nine of Swords with the Ace of Cups. Well, I don't want to be that kind of guy, but I guess I will read the reversal. Pardon me. I don't know this deck that well. If that sounded like a different word, it wasn't. And if we're going to think about that, we're going to say pause, no ditter. I'm not performing necromancy over here. I don't bring back the dead. I just talk to them. Slapper of the knee. Shadow meaning. Consistently moving, but gets nowhere. Ruthless, losing energy about robust, starts fizzling out, trying to make out things with a solid plan. I'm starting to get the picture. This month is for you to be able to build up your confidence. You just step away from comfortability. But doing it in a formed, in a calm manner, in a smooth fashion. Because you can be seen as a smug mother right here. And then right here, you're just belligerent. You're out there. You give too much energy just to get nothing back. Then you get the Nine of Swords, which is the back or the front of the deck. And the Nine of Swords is you mentally putting something down. So maybe you might have to mentally put down this kind of, this way of life that is felt to be moved forward. Because, it may give you a sense of love and it gives you a sense of passion, but it's not necessarily the proper way out. It's not the proper way to handle things. Because you just add more work for yourself. You just add more work for yourself. Be careful about how you handle issues. and you handle issues with a proper kind of confidence and not egotism, and you don't blow up, you will be seen as somebody who is a fair figure instead of a jackass. Language. I'm gonna have my own change jar. And with the Emperor, you're being able to see the grace, the goodness, the love, but from a dictatorial standpoint of view. I wouldn't say you're a dictator. I wouldn't say it like that. But in the Emperor, nobody rules over an emperor other than God. And this man looked like he got wings, so he chopped it up with God. So if you're an angel emperor, there's not much above you. I mean, yeah, God, but you know, God is God. You don't touch that. And a sense of, instead of being so rash and bold and cruel and evil, when you're not evil, but you know, people will perceive it, you'll be seen as like you're just that kind of guy. You just want structure in this kind of way and that kind of way. And people will give you the love. That's what you're seeking. You're seeking the love. What about after you are done with handling the situation, doing it properly, you have a lot more of ability to be free, or to handle and make and do what you choose to do when you choose to do it. You become your own magician. You become your own engineer, your own creator. You are able to manage things. Just when you manage it, don't get too ostentatious and go back, because then you're going to revert into much more of an evil, senile. Oh no, I'm going to say evil and senile, and like a very, very cruel person, like the one that nobody likes to be around. Let me see what this is, because I'm gonna call you out on it. Becoming bored when things aren't happening or people aren't around. Yeah, see, you create so many things that you just become bored. And, you know, bored people are the most evil people. Let's look at it and be factual. When you're bored, you're more likely to get in trouble. You know? Don't get in trouble. You know? Because it would be easy for you to be able to create everything and then get bored, and then all your blessings are just boring, and you don't want to do that. You have to be very, very calm and rash when making certain said decisions. That's all. You have a lot of opportunity. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't play yourself. Just breathe, 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 and breathe. Yeah, overall, wow, it's a theme going on, huh? Reframe the issue. Not fame, but frame. The wise fool encourages us to reverse the initial assumptions as we use to perceive a situation. Example, if you saw a man sitting on a horse facing the rear, and you might ask, why do we assume that the man who is backwards and not the horse? You might ask your colleagues, what is it that rich man puts in his pocket that poor man throws away? When you jokingly say snot, You force them to look more closely at it's a joke. The sanctity of their basic daily ritual. If you were to study how gases spread and mingle in closed spaces, you might ask, if an orchid is put in the refrigerator and a day later it starts smelling like salami, does the salami also start to smell like an orchid? How do you reframe your issue? And what other context can you put it in? Bacon! I feel like dominoes, you know. Mother of life. $109. Money. Nourishment of the golden grain mother. We can sometimes fall into existing and doing rather than truly living. We only know this has to happen when suddenly our life seems dry, depleted, filled with tasks, or feels like we are stuck in a rut or a habit that may have been comfortable but is becoming stifling and suppressing. Isis, the mother of life, holds the ability to restore even the most numb, resistant, and difficult circumstances and put people back into life. She calls on to you now, seeks and bestows gift of life and upon you. Behold, or be bold and brave and open your arms and receive. There's a lot of boldness. There's a lot of braveness. There's a lot of Batmaning around here. If you're into that kind of thing. This reading is initially about you being bold, but not too bold. You know? Have some whip to that snap, but, you know, don't be called a cracker, you know? That sounds terrible. I hope this don't get me demonetized. I mean, I'm not monetizing anyway, but do things with just do, and don't do things just to do. Bart! Have common sense. Separate from certain things. Look at things from a different perspective. And give yourself a boost of confidence, but manage it. Don't be a dick about it. This is from the wise. This is from the weird. You know where you get it. Holla at your boy. If you need a reading, 1, 2, or 3 evening, in the morning. I'm just kidding. I got a job too. So, you know, just holla at your boy. From the wise, from the weird. We out this piece. Love.